And now joining us in the studio to talk more on this issue is a former president of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, COREN. He is Kashim Ali. Glad to have you on the news desk at 6.
Good evening.
Okay. Yesterday we had the case in Jos, and earlier this morning another one in Kubwa. Building collapses. In the headlines again, just give us your thoughts on what is causing this and what needs to be done to check this ugly trend.
Thank you very much. You know, building construction, especially in the urban setting in Nigeria, is regulated. There are institutions for giving licenses for people to build and to also giving license on completion to certify the building safe for occupation. They are also authorized to go around and monitor the performance of these buildings and to be able to bring them down if they are unsafe or do whatever is necessary when they consider them unsafe again. But unfortunately, over the years, what has happened is a case of overstressing themselves thin because of lack of enough personnel. In truth, it's not even possible for an organization, such organizations, to have enough personnel. But what you do is there are some aspect of their services they could outsource, and they have been refusing to do that. Because of that, they have not been able to do effective monitoring. And you see, we take these things for granted as if lives do not matter. But it's not good at this stage in our lives. We have come a long way as a nation. Things like this shouldn't be happening again. These are things that should happen in smaller countries that have no resources. But we have all the resources. We do have all the resources. The human resources in abundance. Buildings should not be put up high-rise buildings shouldn't come up without the input of structural engineers. At the end of the day, the governor has set up an inquiry. I wish he would go a step further to do a coroner inquest. People have to be punished, not just being punished by statement, but being really punished so that people can feel that they have been punished. I think I will give kudos to, this rainy season. In spite of what is happening in Lagos, we've not had a lot of collapses this time in Lagos because government has been effective in, when the synagogue thing happened, this was a coroner inquest, and then they brought in professional. COREN, I was in COREN then, we were actively involved. We went to court to testify after doing integrity tests of the structures. Even now, the engineers are on site in Jos. They are on site in Kubwa. Nobody is talking about them, but eventually they come up with the report, and again, the report may just be put away, and nothing happens until another one happens. It's the same story, but it's not good enough for us at all. We have made some progress at individual and national level in engineering designs and project management. We don't need anybody to help us do this, but let's help ourselves. And the only way we can do that is the institutions responsible for this monitoring should use appropriate personnel. Where appropriate personnel are involved, this will not happen. There is a report I had that on this same building that about a week ago, there was a report that there was a problem in that building, and the authorities were asked to intervene if they didn't want a collapse that would lead to death of people. Nobody did anything. Why didn't somebody do something about it? It was in the public space. So why didn't anybody do anything about it? Is it fair for you to ignore such a report and then when people die, you come and start crying? So that is the situation of our country. We must take responsibilities for things that we have capacity for, not to just wait until disaster happens and we'll come commiserating with people. Look at the poor children. I understand there's a family that lost all their children, about 4 of them, and on the account of the sadness that resulted from that, their mother collapsed and died. It's still rumor, I don't know. It's tragic. Who sends the child to school to go and die? That is not the place to expect something to happen. Not in the school. You can say maybe you didn't go to pick your child on the road, a car ran into him or her, but not to say that when the child has been carefully delivered and is within the gates of the school that something like this will happen. It's not good at all. And punishment that you brought about those responsible should be so that everybody will see. Let it be clear. Let the government must bring the media into it. Let's see when the punishment is being meted on them. Otherwise, as usual, they'll talk about it and that is the end. And somebody else will go and do the same thing because it's like, okay, they'll just make noise in the news. 1 week, everybody forgets and it's all over. That is not good at all.
Absolutely not. Certainly stiffer punishments needs to be at the forefront of this issue so that we can prevent any further loss of lives in this needless way. All right, former President, Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Council for Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, Coron, Mr. Kashim Ali, many thanks for your thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you very much.